Alright, so how y'all doing boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, going to be doing a video on the deer and finally going to be using the new TARMIEL. I feel like it's going to be pretty good. At this point with Jormungandr, I feel like you can use almost any team inside the deer as long as you have some of the main units. I would say though, going ahead and if you guys couldn't already tell, we had already gone ahead and beaten stage 1 and stage 2. I already recorded this video, but just as I was going to beat the 3rd stage, I realized we weren't recording, so giving this one another shot. But I realized without having Brunhild in the front, it is a whole lot harder. I didn't realize how much I rely on her. She is such a good unit, and if you guys can invest in her, by all means, I would recommend do so. But it isn't Brunhild's showcase, it is of course the TARMIEL's, and I do have a attack crit and a HP defense set, just due to the fact that he is going to be more of a buffing character. I feel like he's going to rely or be a lot better on his HP defense gear. Having a look at the costumes here, a little bit of investment, nothing too crazy, and we of course do have the Holy Relic. Super surprised as well, you will see some parts of his passive, his Grace, and his Holy Relic actually apply in some of the earlier floors of the deer, which really surprised me. I thought all of the demonic beasts would just be completely debuff immune, but having a look at his Grace here, if the hero is attacked during the enemy's turn, immediately recovers 30% of damage taken. If taking damage twice or more from skills of the same enemy in the same turn, restricts all skill effects including ultimate moves of the enemy for 2 turns. His passive, all allies' basic stats will increase by 6% every time a hero uses a Grace to restore HP. This is going to be very helpful, especially since we are obviously going to be lasting super long, having a whole bunch of turns. This will be maxed out pretty much the whole time. And his Holy Relic applies an ultimate move disable effect for 2 turns every time an enemy ultimate move gauge reaches 5 or more orbs. So I'm sure you guys know what his skills are. This is the team we're using today. This is just my typical standard team. If you're not using Jormungandr, you probably don't have her, but the Skadi I'd probably say is the best red unit for this kind of content. Some people would say red Matrona, but having the double single target cards is just so helpful. Quickly going over the gear here just in case you guys are interested, and of course we are using the demonic beast battle artifact set. So let's jump right into the first stage here. Here we go, getting into the first floor here, and if you guys do need a guide on the deer, I feel like it's been out for quite a while, but we do already have one in the channel. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be explaining a lot of stuff throughout the phases and kind of what my thought process is, but just going over certain teams and characters. There is of course already a video for that one on the channel, so by all means go ahead and check it out. Of course, starting off here, you guys know how Jormungandr works. We're going to use the TARMIEL attack as the last one, just so we get the Jormungandr buff, but I think we might actually be able to finish this first phase in just 1 turn. I absolutely cannot wait for Jormungandr to get a Holy Relic. If she gets even more utility than she already has, it is going to be ridiculous how valuable it is, and I wholeheartedly stand by my opinion that when she was out, everyone should have summoned until they at least got her. I suppose if you maybe are one of those people that kind of saves SR tickets in a way, you could have gone ahead and done that. Who's next? We'll go green and then blue again. Yeah, if you're one of those people that holds on to SR tickets in order to wait for people, it is a little risky in order to do so, but if you end up getting the character, it ends up being so much more worth your time. And just look at the damage, not only she can put out, but she makes the rest of the team put out oh so easily. Still agreed that the whole attribute cycle system in the 2nd and 4th phase through all the 3 floors is a bit of a miss. I understand it is probably where most of the difficulty comes from in a sense, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan. And as you can see here, TARMIEL's, I believe that's his passive, is applying right there. That's red, green, blue, and red. And only unfortunate thing is, obviously, because you want to be keeping up the Jormungandr passive and constantly cycling through all the cards, 500,000 from a level 1 there. You obviously want to be cycling through all your cards, so spending time and going ahead and using a buff card doesn't always seem super like it's, I don't know how I feel about it, especially since the level 1 only goes for the 1 turn, so a little bit risky there. Let's need to make a bit of room for cards. Might actually go ahead and use the buff card in this turn. Why not? We already have one. I wonder if that'll overlap the TARMIEL one, because I believe his is a attack related stats one as well. Okay, no, never mind. It's just an attack and PS rate one, I guess. Yeah, back down to little damage. That's all right. Yeah, would I recommend using this TARMIEL? He definitely does do well. I just cannot. It's so hard to say any team is like super good or super bad when, as long as you have Jormungandr, you can do literally anything. I've seen people use full demon teams, all that kind of stuff, and I'm guessing that's TARMIEL going off again. Like, you can get a whole lot of use from him passively and through the Holy Relic in these early phases, which is super, super rare. Let's go ahead and still got so many red cards. And we'll use the Escanol one as well. That's the only thing. Before we actually got Yomingan, a lot of people were using the Trainer Melian. I mean, I myself personally was using the Trainer Melian as well, but since he can't actually contribute in her passive, I would say Melee is a huge, huge miss as well in this activity. You really want to try and be getting the full use out of it, and Melee of course can't do that. What kind of passive? Okay, not too bad a one. Let's go blue, red, green, and we'll finish off with the Escanor ultimate. Lost a little bit of health on Scardy, but that's alright. Oh my god, we are still doing huge damage. And I feel like when doing Deer, the stage I end up struggling the most with is always the second stage, mainly because I end up resetting most of the time due to the passive I get on the 4th phase. I do think they should change those passives up. The revive one makes it way, 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 way too hard, especially once you get to that final floor. It's near impossible sometimes to finish with revive, especially if you get bad card RNG. And if you guys have played the 3rd floor, you know, in the final phase, if you get the Deer 2, I think it's below 25% HP and they're still alive, they go back to full HP. That combined with the revive, it's so unnecessarily difficult. I don't know what they could change it up for though. There is also the one where you lose your ultimates at the beginning of every phase. That one is also really, really difficult. You can continually reset if you're really struggling with the content, but it's gotten to the point now where it's relatively easy to do so otherwise. And I still feel like we'll end up getting just one more Ragnarok character to support the Deer. I know a lot of people believe the next Ragnarok character will come with a new Demonic Beast battle. I just think that's a little too soon. Granted, we have gotten Holy Relics for pretty much all the characters the Deer will make Holy Relics for. I believe all the Fairy characters. It's not a huge range of characters that it goes for, though we did get all of the Archangels in one update, so that definitely does speed things up a little bit. A whole bunch of Escanor cards though. Let's see, I could instead, we'll go for this, why not? And we will merge you two. Get the Yomingander ultimate. Yeah, Deer. I would say Deer is probably a little bit more fun than Bird at this point. Maybe it's just because it's a little bit newer of a content. I didn't even realize until I had to grind the Relic for Lolly Merlin in order to do the showcase with the new TARMIEL as the association, just how long it takes in order to do 15 hall completions of all the floors. That took me forever. Let's we'll go for this here. Sorry if I go silent every time I do the cycle. It's just something I constantly repeat in my head. It's not something that comes naturally. This as well is very annoying. The whole damage reduction until you finish the cycle. But hey, we'll get through. Escanor attack should do quite a bit of damage as well, since we'll proc that Yomingander passive. Yeah, I would definitely like to see just one more character for the Deer, just to help out a little bit. Maybe like another green character, or I don't know, something along those lines. I was really thinking we were going to get something different. I thought maybe we'd get maybe for like the 3rd year character, we're going to get a festival that would help out, but it does make a whole lot more sense actually having the Ragnarok characters do that. I don't know why I was thinking the 3rd year character would help out in this a whole bunch. I suppose Trader Melee was just so good in all forms of content. And that should hopefully finish off. We'll get the merge there on those cards, and we'll use that attack buff just before we get into the 4th phase. Look at that. So disappointed as well that we didn't get the Hawkshot cosmetic for Scardy in this update. I know it's because we already had a Hawk Pass going at the time, and we'll most likely end up getting it along with the addition of the Slime rerun. But man, it is such a good costume. Probably my favorite Hawk Pass costume we've had ever. Let's go with that there. Very glad they also built healing into her kit. Not only does she have healing into heal, I am talking about Yomingander here. Healing on a single target card and in the ultimate really does help. Scardy as well also has healing. It's not something you need super hard, and if you ever are struggling in that kind of tanking ability, you can go ahead and use the damage reduction set, which we got from the Halloween event. Other than that, the single target set does work pretty well as well. And I think that's just about it. I mean, I'm not someone who actually has the healing card set, so I don't know, but you don't end up getting debuffed a crazy amount in this content. When you do look, it's infect, so we wouldn't be healing anything anyways. Another rotation there. Hopefully at this point we've actually got the damage buff now, haven't we? No, still hasn't procced. I swear we did the full cycle last time. And I'm not sure if Escanor is just doing crazy damage because that's Escanor. Or if that's because... Okay, that looks... No, still not. I wish there was some form of buff indication that we got on the characters, that way I could know when I was proccing it. Got a whole bunch of ultimates for this final phase as well. And for the longest time when doing Deer, I'd always pre-record all of the content and then just voice over afterwards, because you were just never certain that you're going to actually live through and beat the stage, so it could take forever just like rerunning the stage, and it'd make like an hour-long video. Let's see. Oh, okay, the ultimate? No, okay, increases attack. For some reason I had in my head that that heals. Let's go for that there. That should pretty much full heal. I'd hope, at least. We do have the Scotty 6/6 as well. And then no single target card will end up healing her just a little bit more, since I can almost guarantee she's lost HP. I think your ultimate as well should be fine. I'm surprised she actually ended up getting that low. But yeah, once again, if you are struggling, Halloween says super nice. And we do have that event at the moment. Oh my god, she didn't get any health back. We do have that event at the moment where you can kind of wish for some of like the limited edition artifact sets. Really cool. I ended up just using it to try and farm up a whole bunch of like SSR plates, and I did try and get the Escanor one for the UR plate, but that didn't end up happening. And I think I might just go ahead and... I don't have a TARMIEL card to move. That's alright. Well, I probably could have restarted the turn and then just moved the card right at the beginning, but that should be fine to kill, right? Having faith in Escanor here. Still so disappointed that they gave Escanor his Holy Relic so early. He could have had such a better Holy Relic, and they could have released his Holy Relic at the same time as like the demons. Are we really, really getting the revive passive? I'm gonna come back when we've got a different passive. I'm not continuing on with this. Just my luck as well. Here we go, finally back to the 4th phase, and please don't be revived. Perfect, exactly the one. Only thing is, for some reason my Scotty was extremely low throughout this entire run. Didn't go as good as the previous one, but that's right, it happens. Let's go for... If we start off with Scotty, at least then we can finish on TARMIEL, so we'll go for this play here. Unfortunately, one off the Escanor ultimate. I really would have liked that one to have started off, but fortunately for us, in this 4th phase, you don't have to go through the full cycle in order to deal damage, so we can start wailing him right off the bat, and that does give us the attack buff there. 236 from TARMIEL. He is only 2/6 as well, so that's not too bad, if I do say so myself. Definitely holding him up. I really wish his buff card worked just a little bit better. I find in these Demonic Beast battles, the only kind of card you want other than attack cards, at least at this point in time, for the bird, it is a little bit different because Miguelda's healing card just provides so much value with the buffs it provides and all that kind of stuff. She is so well designed, especially with the release of her Holy Relic. Before the Holy Relic dropped, I actually did not use or even think about using Miguelda whatsoever. I did hear people say it was better, and I was kind of just sticking with my team, but ever since that Holy Relic released, man, had to get that straight away. Chuck the Cusack in the team. Cusack as well, you know, who I really enjoy using on that kind of content, but I can just imagine the kind of jump this team is going to have, because we have what? Usually with Brunhilde in the front, we have 3 out of 4 characters still missing Holy Relics. Brunhilde could get an extremely OP Holy Relic, Skadi could get an OP Holy Relic, and same with Brunhilde, so the team has a long way to go, and the deal will definitely get easier as time goes on. Who knows, we may even have another way to level up your characters other than UR gear and Holy Relics. We'll just have to see. I feel like it's going to be quite a while until we get another form of power creep. Granted, you guys could say level 100, but I mean different to what we already have at the moment. I feel like there's already so many different things you have to do in order to level up a character. It's kind of ridiculous. Let's go for this here. So 3rd floor, definitely the hardest. It really just relies entirely on that 4th phase and that going well for us. So who knows, we could beat this first try, or this could take a whole bunch of attempts. At least all of the passives, once you're in the 3rd floor, none of them are like super difficult or make it impossible to beat. Whereas in that first one, ideally, the first passive you actually get is the same one every time, but on the 1st floor, you're pretty much fine. It's entirely that 2nd floor with the final passive being so heavily dependent. There are some ones in the 1st floor where you can get I think it's called Armor Destruction. It's like the purple eye. Can definitely make it hurt a little bit more on this final floor, but let's go for... Can't use any Escanor cards. A little bit annoying. I think I might just go for this here. Do I want to? I think I might hold on to the heal card as well, just in case we can get a merger on this card here. At least that way we heal everyone instead of the lowest HP ally. Ooh, look at the damage. So insanely good when that actually starts to proc. Unfortunately, we're not going to have it going into phase 2, but that's alright. Here as well, really well designed. When it comes to character, I cannot stress, I know it's not going to change this second phase and fourth phase, but still wish it wasn't the way it is. Let's go for one. Still want to hold on to you, so I might go for this here. Is there any way we can instantly die in this one? Oh no, I think we still have the buff from her, I take it, because that is crazy damage from Skadi if we don't. Yeah, getting through this pretty easily. Same with the bird. I feel like the bird, upon release on the second floor, second phase, you have to have a taunt up at all times, or otherwise you just take insane damage at the end of the turn. I swear there used to be a passive where the bird had buff removal every turn, and I remember always struggling on it super hard. And upon all the times I've done bird as of recent, it's never seemed to have happened, so who knows, maybe they can still change passives, and maybe they can make the ones for deer just a little bit easier. I feel like that attack by itself is going to kill, so I'm not too sure how crazy I feel on spending a whole bunch of cards here. We'll go for that though. That doesn't kill. It's whatever. Yeah, look at that. Here we go, third phase. Actually getting through is pretty fast. The third phase, he does get a whole lot tankier, so could spend a bit of time, but we have quite a few ultimates. Might actually start off with that there, just so we can kind of get the ball rolling a bit. Get us back to full HP as well. Jormungandr, a character that you don't need any dupes in whatsoever. And man, do I hope they bring back TARMIEL so I can get some more dupes. I'm really hoping my luck holds out for the slime collab as well. That being, at the time of recording this video, at the time you guys are probably seeing it, it's probably 4 days away, so extremely close. My luck on the TARMIEL banner wasn't the greatest, and my luck overall in Grand Cross hasn't been the greatest for quite a while, so fingers crossed this is the time where it actually comes through for me. Even though I do think Shuna and Demon Lord Rimuru were misses for the new characters, I'd have much preferred Veldora and... I can't think of the other name, but it's the chick in the purple dress, the really attractive one. You guys know who I'm talking about. Let's go for this. I think that might actually finish this off. We ended up getting through this third phase really quickly, but upon further look, I haven't actually looked at anything, and I've tried to like keep my eyes away all of the gameplay of the units on JP. I've heard really good things about both, especially the Demon Lord Rimuru, but Shuna as well, especially when paired together. So excited to go ahead and finally make PvP showcases on them, and heard lots of good things about the boss as well, saying it's some of like the best or the best kind of like boss we've had in Grand Cross, of course, other than the Demon, but you get what I mean. You have the events and you have these side bosses that you can farm daily. Speaking of farming stuff daily, I have not touched the new final boss Twiggo whatsoever. Gosh, really low HP for Jormungandr. Don't like that at all. We're gonna have ultimates for both those two. We'll get a little bit of HP back from Skadi, but from what we saw before from her ultimate, not expecting a whole lot. And here's the thing, okay, that's the ideal passive, the Ignite one there. Oh, do we not have any green cards? Oh no. I guess we're kind of just forced to do this then. Because there is no way we can deal damage without it, isn't it? Yeah, ouch. That's going to give us the corrosion, I take it? Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I probably should have been paying a little bit more attention to the cards. That's right, surely we get a green card this turn, right? Oh, would you look at that? My card RNG comes in once again. We are definitely losing Jormungandr in this. Although we did lose the ultimates there, so we have another chance. Okay, sweet. There's some there. That at least gets us. Although I definitely shouldn't have done that first, because that's. Probably should have done that at the end, that way we could have got a bit more HP, because it heals off of how much damage you deal. Okay, we're just a turn behind. You're definitely going to see me die and end up having to restart here, I feel. The fact that he removes ultimate gauge every single turn ends up being so difficult to deal with. I have a buff removal, but it is a blue card. And he's just going ham on the Snake Lady. Yeah, look. We're gonna restart this one. That went terribly. Back again, and we are finally in this 4th phase. I ended up dying, re-going through the phases, but okay, have a look. I think we got the exact same passives as last time. Yeah, I didn't actually check this second last one, but ended up getting the level 3 TARMIEL buff card, so hopefully we can do some good damage. I think I want to... Yeah, just trying to think so we don't end up just completely carking it here again. I think we'll throw off the TARMIEL just because that one's going to do a little bit more. I feel like throwing out the Scardiol, sorry, just for damage probably isn't going to be super worth it. We'd probably just be better off using a regular card, so let's see how much damage we get off with TARMIEL here. Maybe like 200,000, exactly what I wanted. And I mean, you can get super lucky and have the boss not do one of the AoE ice attacks that removes your ultimate gauge, but the chances of that is so slim. I can guarantee after this single target, we're going to see one. Wait, hold on. Yo, we actually get to keep the Esker ultimate? If we use the Esker ultimate now, do we just win? If I buff up, I think I might just throw out an Escanor card just beforehand, just to try and weaken them a little bit. Do we just win here? Throw out the buff card. How much damage is this going to do? I'm not expecting anything, pretty much. Oh, okay, no, that might actually help out. And then Esker ultimate kills? No, I think that's way too much HP. I'm gonna have to reset here, question mark? Never mind, we actually did it. There you go, there it is. There was, unfortunately, a couple deaths, it being the Demonic Beast battle. It is still the hardest content in the entire game, but there you go. No purple crystals whatsoever, because once again, my luck in this game is just god awful. If you guys enjoyed this content and would like to see other teams Ren inside the Demonic Beast battle, by all means let me know, but that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.